God is good.
Yes, he is.
All the time.
Yeah.
I'm Adrian Garcia, County Commissioner of Precinct 2 and the former Sheriff of Harris County. And I've been reflecting ever since the news hit us all like a ton of bricks on Sheila, or as we would say in the Latino community, La Sheila. And it just occurred to me, because it's been mentioned already a few times, that she was a municipal court judge. Right. I was working undercover in the mid-'80s, and I remember going to her to go get a search warrant signed. And she must have been practicing for Congress then. Because the questions I got, normally, when you get a search warrant signed, you answer a few questions from the judge, then it's the signatures, you move on. But it was like a congressional hearing. Wanted to know about the evidence, wanted to know about the investigation, wanted to know about how the whole process was done, and what about this, the timing and everything. It was almost an hour of getting that search warrant signed. Now, I said I had one of my search warrants signed, not another one. Because I went to another judge later on. Because she was just too tough. And then I was assigned by Mayor Lanier to be in the mayor's anti-gang office, and then Mayor Brown appointed me as a director of the office, and we continued to work together. And then when she assumed the mantle of the 18th district, we continued to work together. And actually, in between that space of my search warrant and being in the gang office, I got married. And Sheila was at my wedding. She's probably been to a bunch of weddings, but I remember mine because I just thought, man, I'm just a little old policeman. What is this amount of a woman doing at my wedding? It impressed my wife that the Congresswoman would attend our wedding. And we have continued to hold her in the highest regards. And she went on to the 18th district in the early 90s when we were being challenged with the issue of gang violence. And she calls me up with that 202 number and says, Adrian, we got to work on midnight basketball. I go, yes, ma'am. Call me tomorrow or whatever, because this was late at night, as the representative said. And she said, no, I'm at Moody Park right now. Why don't you come down? I'm on my way. And then the good Lord put me on a path to get to city council. And then the sheriff's race became a thing. And I remember sitting down with her, and she was talking about the Department of Justice investigation that she was pushing for the Harris County Sheriff's Office. And I bring this hat because this was a custom that I started as the sheriff of the county, where I would have these hats, and they would bear my signature, and I would provide them to special dignitaries. I bring this hat because I was actually talking with Major Collier, because few people either know or many have forgotten that we no longer have the sheriff's office of the old, where inmates would be working on an elected official's property. We don't have the sheriff's office of old, where in custody deaths were treated as just another day. We no longer have a sheriff's office that is shrouded in secrecy and would cause fear in the very people it was supposed to be protecting. I didn't think I would win the sheriff's office race, quite frankly. But because of the conversations I had with Sheila, I knew it was a race worth running. And I am glad that she had her hand on those issues. Otherwise, we may still have the sheriff's office of old today. So Dr. Lee, the other day, my wife mentioned to you, thank you for sharing her with us. We have said that several times, and you'll hear that on many more occasions. And to Erica and to Jason, to the entire family. But you said to my wife something that was profound. You said you didn't have much of a choice. But the choice you did have was to love her. Yeah. To love her heart for giving it to so many. And I tell you that we've been blessed with the likes of Mickey Leland, and we've been blessed with the likes of Barbara Jordan. There's no doubt that they all channeled through her. Because even those two, respectfully, they were not Sheila Jackson Lee. And so I say to the entire family, thank you for standing on that sideline and cheering her on. Thank you for the sacrifices that undoubtedly cost, because there was times I was speaking to her when she was in another part of the world. I think on one occasion she was in Iraq. I think another time she was in China. And all the while working for the 18th District. Obviously, I have violated my time. But I will now take my seat only to close with this. I'm a kid who grew up not speaking English in a tough part of town where tough things happen. And I am just blessed that the good Lord has allowed me to witness histories and legends. The history of Sheila Jackson Lee that she has made as I stood on the sideline watching her and cheering her on. And the legend that she will always be to me and to my family and to so many others that are beyond this room. God bless you all.